check.
This beautiful town might just be your next dream retirement spot. How's that?
I don't know, you're being a little forceful today. Hey everybody, I'm Matt. This is my wife Diane. Welcome back to Italy Bound.
It sucked where you're going to be. Today we're going to be talking about Gallipoli. It is positioned on the Ionian Sea in southern Puglia. We're going to redo that, right?
Yes. So if you're wanting to live on the coast and have a low cost of living, Gallipoli is your place. So let's dive into this. Exactly.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
For the low price of $9.99, you too can have. First, let's talk history. Gallipoli means beautiful city in Greek, and it has history dating back to the ancient times. It was founded by the Greeks, later becoming a Roman port, and has been shaped by countless other cultures over the centuries.
That's right, Diane. You've got Gallipoli right there. Nice, bright and white. Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Gallipoli has stunning Baroque churches. It also has an old fortress right there on the harbor. And the town's history is literally around every corner of the city.
It's also a working town, so even though it has the tourist appeal, it's not overrun with tourists like some of the other towns are. The locals are friendly and the pace is relaxed, and you will really feel like you're a part of the community there.
Okay, let's talk about some of the fun stuff that Gallipoli has. The festivals. One of the coolest things about Gallipoli is they've got festivals all year long.
For example, you have the Festa di Santa Cristina. That is the town's biggest event in July, and it's a massive celebration for their patron saint. I don't know why I have a hard time saying the word patron. Patron saint. You can expect music, food, parades, fireworks. It's a really, really big deal. Did you like that?
I mean, I could have probably, maybe if I smiled at the end. Okay, there's also the Festa del Pesce that's held in the summertime, where it's mainly seafood, which there's fresh fish, there's mussels, and all the Mediterranean food that you can imagine that's fresh right out of that Ionian Sea.
Gallipoli has plenty to offer. Plenty to offer.
Plenty to offer. Plenty to offer.
So if you love festivals and food, then Gallipoli has you covered.
Just like the whole thing of Italy. They've always got you covered when it comes to festivals.
Any excuse to have a party.
Hey.
You know? I think
Party
we could
on,
all
Garth.
be like... No.
Now, let's talk about the cost of living, okay? One of the biggest reasons that people like to retire in places like Gallipoli is the cost of living there. Everything is very affordable compared to northern parts of Italy and other European countries.
Yeah, you can find an apartment there in the historical center for about 400 to 600 euros a month. And if you are willing to live outside of the center, you can find them even cheaper.
So if you want to go out and get you a pizza, that will run you anywhere from 8 to 12 euros, if not a little bit less, depending on where you get it at. You can go get you an espresso for anywhere around $1, €1, if not a little bit more than that. And really, I mean, the quality of food down there is a lot better because it's so fresh, right out of the sea.
Plus, your utilities and transportation and groceries, everything is way cheaper in Gallipoli than it is pretty much anywhere else in Europe. So your pension or your savings will stretch a lot farther.
So if you are considering retiring over there in Gallipoli, their healthcare system is just like anywhere else. It's very affordable and it's very reliable.
The healthcare in Italy is public and it is very good. If you're an EU citizen, then you can register for the Servizio Sanitario Nazionale, and you'll have access to affordable medical care. And even if you're not from the EU, you can still access healthcare, but it might require some private insurance or paying out of pocket.
So if you're concerned about healthcare, I mean, you'll be in good hands. You know, the local hospitals and doctors there are very well regarded. And if you also have your choice of also going to private clinics if you want.
Okay, so let's talk about transportation. Gallipoli is a pretty small town, so it's super easy to get everywhere you need to on foot, but it does have a good bus system if you're wanting to go to further places like Brindisi or Lecce.
Now, if you're wanting to drive your own vehicle or rent a vehicle going up and down the coastline, you're going to have one beautiful ride going up and down there.
They also have a ferry service, which is really cool. So you can catch a ferry from Gallipoli to the other towns along the coast, and it's a great way to see the region without having to drive it.
Now, I keep hearing them kids talking and it's sort of throwing
Shut up, kids!
Now, for those of you wondering about the climate, Gallipoli has what they call the Mediterranean climate, which means that you get mild winters, you get hot, dry summers, and if you're a fan of sunny days, this place is going to be perfect for you.
Yeah, in the summer months, you could expect temperatures anywhere from about 82 to 95 degrees, so which is not bad. I mean,
Not at all.
I mean, 95 is hot. Don't get me wrong.
But if it's dry and not humid like we have out here in Texas, that dry it's nothing.
yeah, so that would be a lot better, and it's perfect beach weather actually, and also it's perfect to do things outside because you're not going to be dying.
And with Gallipoli being a walkable town, you're going to be doing a lot of walking.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think it's cool how every day after Italians eat dinner, they go out for a walk. And when we were there last time and we were in Venice, we were walking around. It was like a Tuesday. On a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday, and we were walking around. It was probably, 9, 10 o'clock. And there was this piazza that we were walking through, and there were kids everywhere. And I guess their parents were, it was a piazza with restaurants going alongside, and so there were people sitting out there eating. So I guess their parents were there, but they weren't beside them. Those kids were just running amok and having a great time, and no one was even really watching them, which was the fun part. But I remember saying to you, do these people not work? Why are they out so late on a Tuesday?
I mean, it's weird being out there and seeing a lot of stuff that when you're not used to it, and see, like she was saying, being out there on that little piazza area and seeing all these kids out there late at night playing, and they were having the time of their lives. And you see all the adults over around these restaurants sitting in their chairs, just relaxing, having their little coffees and stuff. And us not knowing what's going on, we're trying to find our way in and out. All we were trying to do is just find a little pharmacy, just to get a couple things. And we went all through a bunch of these little side streets, and that's probably one of the funnest things we did while we were over there was going through those little streets and seeing everything actually the way you actually want to see it.
Yeah, it's fun to get lost on those streets. But yeah, seeing all those people out, like I said, weeknight, everybody's out late, just walking around and having fun. And, here we get up, we go to work, we come home, we eat dinner, we go to bed. Usually eat about 6 o'clock. Try to eat about 6 o'clock.
Right.
Out there, no, you're not going to eat at 6 o'clock. You're not going to eat until probably 8, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, no.
It's just funny how different countries are from each other.
Now, back to the weather part. During December through February, temperatures run usually around 50 degrees to 59 degrees, which means you're not going to have any snow to shovel. and it's going to be a lot easier to be able to do things during that time.
Yeah, and in the spring and the autumn, you're looking at temperatures about 65, 72, which is perfect. Perfect.
I dream of those days.
Yes.
So the big question is, should you retire to Gallipoli? And my opinion is yes. You know, you've got the location, which is right on the Ionian Sea on the coast. You've got the culture. You've got the amazing food. You've got the cost of living, and everything's walkable.
Yeah, and Puglia is still considered one of Italy's undiscovered gems, and the beaches are beautiful. The climate is Mediterranean and beautiful. The pace of life is slower and relaxed. I mean, it's just everything that you look for when you're wanting to retire.
And this place is not going to break your bank. We're sitting all right, but not on the edge of a beach with a glass of wine,
Right.
looking at the sunset.
Sitting in our living room listening to kids. Mama!
I was going to say, we're sitting here in chairs, looking out our window at a
Dilapidated shed.
very dilapidated shed, and kids yelling,
Mama!
"Mama! Papa!"
The community here is very welcoming. There's a growing expat population, so you're never really too far away from people who can understand you. Same. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way I feel.
Yeah. Me too.
I need a drink. This is what you call wine in a bottle.
Grape water.
Well, hey, wine is grapes. So if you're looking for a place that's beautiful right there on the coast, that is very affordable, I think Gallipoli is for you.
Yeah, it's a place that's got good history, it's got great food, it's got a relaxed lifestyle, and it's not crowded or expensive, and it's just all around an excellent place, in my opinion. Anyway.
And like she said before, it does get its share of tourism, but it's not like most places where it's Rome or Milan or Florence. You know, it doesn't get that crowded.
No, and the fact that everything is still affordable there is good.
And one thing about down there in Gallipoli is, if you end up buying a place down there and you want it remodeled, I'm gonna throw this in there because I watch his program, Salento with Love. If you get a chance to watch his show, watch him. Him and his workers, they do excellent stuff. He sells houses, he redoes them for you and everything, and I mean, he does great work.
He really does. He does a great job.
Very nice guy, it seems like, on the TV too.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and throw a house in here so that you can see what the houses are like there. We're only going to do one. We had someone recommend that we just do one house instead of two, so we're going to try that and see how that goes. So we're going to go ahead and put that one in here now.
Now, on this house, it might be a little more than what we've been doing, but there's not a whole lot to do to it.
Right.
Okay? So enjoy.
All right, y'all. We are going to be looking at an apartment in the older part of the historic center of Gallipoli.
This apartment is 225,000 euros, which comes out to approximately $238,000. You've got 100 square meters, which is about 1,080 square feet. This has 2 bedrooms with 1 bathroom. It does have AC and heat. It has a roof terrace and star vault ceilings.
Yeah, and you can tell that this house has been redone and there's really nothing that you need to do, which is why it's a little bit more expensive than we usually show. And this is also on the first floor without a lift. Okay. So here is the living room.
This is the living room.
And another, and another.
Now it's showing the star vault ceilings.
Good size room. And there's a kitchen. Very nice. Lots of storage.
And it might look small, but for 1 or 2 people, or even 3, it's not a bad size.
No, it's fine.
And you've got your ventilation right behind you.
Okay, here's
This is going to be one of the bedrooms. Good size.
And another one. Another good size.
This is the bathroom. The
Large.
bathroom's very large. And it's got that built-in cabinet space,
Yeah,
which you don't see a lot of.
it's a good sized bathroom. And totally updated.
This has been done pretty well
Yeah.
on updates. This is on your rooftop terrace.
Nice little terrace. You can sit out there, have some coffee or some wine.
And you've got a little bit of a sea view right over there.
Right there. More of the terrace. There's the outside. And there is a floor plan. And here is a map. As you can see, you're here and you've got many things in walking distance. So you got everything you need.
And to actually come over to the old center, you have to cross over this area right there.
Yeah.
So, one of the big questions that we usually do near the end of each program is this place for us to retire to?
Yeah, I think so. I worry about the all white buildings. I think we talked about that in a previous show. I'm worried about getting headaches from all of the white, but all in all, if you take everything else into consideration, I think it's beautiful. It has everything that you need, other than a train. But other than that, it's got everything that you need.
It's got it's walkable. It's got great health care. It's low cost. If you want fresh, especially from the sea and everything, they've got that.
They got every amenity you can think of because the population is getting close to 20,000. So it's right there on the verge of being 7%. If it grows too much more, it won't be. But with that many people, you've got everything that you could possibly need.
Yeah, and besides the seafood, they've got the pasta, they've got the wine, they've got the olive oil. Everything you need down there, they've got it. So I think the only thing that would be holding me back down there is probably the heat. I know it gets hot throughout the whole Italy, but with how light these towns are down there in Puglia, it's almost like a reflector. It's going to reflect that heat even hotter on you as you're walking around.
Yeah, and we've said before, we're used to heat, and it gets hot here, and it's not a dry heat, as they say. It's hot, like swampy heat.
Ours is very humid heat.
It's hell, is what it is. HELL. And
It can be.
yeah, and so do we want that type of heat for the rest of our lives? I don't know. But I really feel, since we haven't been to Puglia in person, I feel like on our next trip, we do need to go there and see. And I would like to go in the summer, as shocking as that is, because I want to see how places like Puglia and Sicily are in the summer. How hot is it? Will we be able to bear it? And also we're not limited, to being there. We can always go up north in the summer if need be.
And also, our next trip we're planning on going out there for it's going to be close to a month, and we're going to be checking several places, a couple of places that we definitely have in mind, and we're going to throw in a couple other ones. We're going to throw in Molise, we're going to throw in Puglia, but we're going to be checking Sicily out. We're going to be going over to Abruzzo. And I mainly want to get an idea of what we're going to get ourselves into in certain places. We've got our minds set on certain places that I want to look at before we actually commit. And that's one place I would have to actually go to figure out could I really do this? And if it's a dry heat, I could deal with the dry heat. I mean, I'm originally from California, right there on the coast. So, I could do it. So we hope that you've enjoyed learning a little bit about Gallipoli. And if you are thinking about making that move down there, feel free to drop us a comment, shoot us a message. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd like to know if there's somebody else out there like us that's thinking about retiring in Italy. We know we're not the only ones.
Yeah.
So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when our next video comes up, which will be next Friday at 3 p.m. Central. Y'all have a good week. We'll see you next Friday.
Ciao.
Ciao.